Well, in the last video, hopefully you picked the vertical, the business type you want to go after first. Now remember, you're going to be going after a lot of different business types in 2 years, but we're just saying what's that first one that we're going to focus on for like 60 to 90 days, maybe 6 months at the longest, and then we're going to start adding some additional ones in. But to get to that starting line where you're ready to prospect, you need a business type. Next, you need to identify a need or a challenge that particular business type is facing, okay? Once again, get out a piece of paper, flip the one over that you're working on, whatever you want to do, and I want you to write the name of that business type or vertical up at the top, and I want you to think about this business, and I want you to write down several things, okay? I first of all want you to write down, just in no particular order, it doesn't need to be in order of importance, what are the challenges currently facing this business? Just write them down. Anything that comes to your mind, pause the video right here and just write down all the challenges you can think of that this business is facing. Put yourself in the place of a small business owner, a medium-sized business owner with this particular type of business, and just write down any challenge that comes into your head. Got your list? Okay. Next, I want you to write down who are the biggest competitors of this particular business type, who are their biggest competitors, and what are they doing differently? Okay, what are they doing differently, these bigger competitors? Are they competing with Amazon? Are they competing with Walmart? Are they competing with Darden Foods that owns, Red Lobster and Olive Garden and Longhorn Steakhouse and many others? Who are they competing with? Who's their main competition? And what are their larger competitors doing differently than they are? Okay, so write that down. Pause the video if you need to. Once you have that list, now what I want you to do is, I really want you to think about technology solutions, and you may even need to do a little research on this one. Walk into one of these larger competitors. What type of solution are they using? Are they using NCR Silver? Are they using Micros? Are they using Aldelo? What type of point of sale solution are they using? If it's a card not present merchant, think through that a little bit. What are they doing? What are they automating? See if you can experience a little bit of them being their customer. Look at their website. And what you're going to find here is you're going to start to zero in on some things that they're doing differently. Now understand, these larger competitors are larger for a reason. It's not just because they're large. At one point, they were small. But what happened is they started doing some things differently in order to get to the next level. They made some investments in their technology, in their infrastructure, in their culture. They made some investments, they made some decisions that allowed them to catapult to a higher level. So think for a little bit about what your small business clients could do differently to overcome some of the challenges. So when you think about what these larger competitors are doing, think about what these smaller businesses could be doing, okay? And, put some solutions down. So the way I like to do this is, you have your list of challenges. Just over to the right, I'll write down a few things, time clock management. Put over there, have the employees clock in and out electronically with a unique access code, right? Inventory, time on inventory management. Spending a lot of time on inventory management is a challenge. Well, they could automate inventory management with reporting that tracked how many items they still had on the shelf. Right? They need to grow their business as a restaurant. They have reduced capacity in their restaurant. Okay. Well, what could they do? Online ordering and delivery service, right? What are the things that they can do? Write down some of these things. Okay. Now, this last part is probably the most important part of this video. And this is something that a lot of salespeople that are getting into selling solutions just don't do. And it's a huge mistake. I want you to look at that list of challenges and solutions. So in other words, find a pairing where you say, this is a real challenge for this business, and this is a good solution to it, a technology solution, something that's possible you could provide to them through a point of sale system or a new gateway or some kind of software solution. And so you have a good pairing. You hopefully are going to have maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pairings of a real challenge and a real solution. Now I want you to look at that and say, if I put myself in the mind of the business owner, which of these challenges do I care about as the owner? Okay? You need to find something that they care about, not just something that you care about. If you have any experience with these business owners, you will know the answer to this question. If you don't have experience with these business owners, or even if you just want to get more data, this is the point where you're going to start your very first survey. And so I'm going to talk to you about this in the next video, but we need to get a little bit more data and insight before we move forward to make sure that we are on the right track. So in the next video, let's talk about doing your first survey.